welcome to episode 135 of the Graceful Tangle podcast. I'm Amy Kate. Thank you so much for joining me today. I have so many things to talk about. I've been working on many projects, many designs, lots of things in the works behind the scenes, which is super exciting. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and do so. And then don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any future videos. I post a bi-weekly podcast sharing all of my knit and crochet projects, and then a video every other week that there isn't a podcast on many subjects, yarn hauls, product reviews, devotions, things like that. I am so excited about where this channel is headed, and I would love to have you in this community. So be sure to subscribe if you haven't, and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy it. That helps me out so much. So today is January the 28th, I believe. I cannot believe this month is almost over, almost in the second month of 2023, which is just wild. Time is flying by, but it's also been a pretty good start to the year, and I hope that it has been a great start for you as well. I hope this month has held so many good things and new beginnings, and that continues into the rest of the year. So, like I said, many things to talk about this week. So let's go ahead and hop into the episode with some finished objects. Alrighty, multiple FOs to share this week. Also, it is Saturday, and I am very much in comfy clothes. So I hope that you are comfortable in whatever you are wearing, and that you are sipping on something fun and working on a fun project, and that you're just ready to enjoy the episode. But anyways, FOs, quite a few to share. So first off, I finished these socks that I was working on for my dad. So his birthday was the 15th of the month of January, and I made these socks for him as one of his gifts, and they were so well received. So this is my sprinkle socks pattern. It's a pattern that's designed to highlight self-striping yarn. It's really simple. I will link the pattern below if you want to check it out. I used Knit Picks Felici for this pair. I forgot the name of the colorway. I have no idea, but it's got greens and blues and blacks. And then I used some Stroll Tweed for the heels, and I really love the way that they turned out. I think they look really nice. He really likes them, super soft. So yeah, I love making gifts so very much. So I was so excited to make these for him. That is finished object number 1. And then next up, I launched a new hat pattern since the last time we chatted, called the Printed Beanie. And I have a couple of samples to show for that. Let's see, I made this one. Both of these use Hobbii Amigo Chunky. This one, I think I have the skein over here, yeah. This one uses Hobbii Amigo Aquarelle, maybe. I'm not sure how to say that word. In the colorway number, if I can find it, 1. So it's just very neutral, blacks and whites. So that was the first one that I made. And then the second one that I made uses this really pretty blue color, and you can kind of see the stitch pattern a little bit more. So it's just a really simple knit pearl texture. It's got a ribbed brim. This hat is written in multiple sizes, so you'll be able to find one that fits whatever recipient that you are hoping to make a hat for. And then I put a faux pom on the top of mine because I love that look so much. But it also looks super cute with that one. So you can definitely take the pattern and make it your own, but I love this beanie. I hope that you guys are enjoying it. I just love the way that the pattern turned out, and these are so quick to work up. This yarn is a bulky wet yarn, and then you use a size 11 needle. So it just works up in no time, only a couple hours. I made these in the span of just a couple days and fully enjoyed them so much. So anyways, I'll link that pattern below as well if you want to check it out. I will have so many links down there. I'll have some specific things I'm going to be talking about today, but then also pattern shops and social media platforms and products that I've mentioned throughout the episode. So definitely check out the description box for any of those references. And then if anything that you want is not down there, don't hesitate to leave a comment or send an email to thegracefultangle@gmail.com. Anyway, so that is next FOs. Yeah, really love this beanie pattern, and I hope that you guys are enjoying it. Okay, and then next finished object. This is technically a design, but I'm going to go ahead and show it, I think, because it is definitely completely done and the pattern is just about ready to be released, which is so exciting. So this is the Delight Cardigan is the name that I have settled on for this design. I shared this as a work in progress last time we talked. And now it is done. I'm obviously not wearing it, and I'm not going to put it on because it would not fit over this sweatshirt very well at all, but here's what it looks like. So this is a bulky weight crochet cardigan. It's designed to be kind of oversized and long. I used Hobbii Amigo Chunky. Again, I'm really loving that yarn lately, but it's a bulky weight yarn, a 10mm crochet hook, so it works up so quick. And then it's really just supposed to be like a canvas to create any type of cardigan that you want. It could be a solid color, you could do stripes like I did, you could use a self-striping yarn, you could do color blocking, and the possibilities are endless, and I really tried to make that apparent throughout the pattern. It's going to be released very soon, but once you kind of get it in your hands, you'll be able to see that it's written in a way that is very basic, like it's thorough, you know, suitable for beginners or advanced crocheters, but it's very much kind of like a canvas for you to create whatever look that you're going for. So I'll have like yardage requirements listed out the best that I can, but at the same time you can, you know, kind of modify that however you see fit based on the amount of colors of yarn that you're using. So yeah, I'm really excited to release this pattern. I've been wanting to design a cardigan like this for so long, and I'm so glad that it's finally almost out to you guys. I love how it turned out. I'm really loving this palette too. It's kind of outside of what I would typically go for, but I think it turned out so cute. And yeah, I'm very excited to release this pattern. It's gonna be so fun. And then one more finished object. Once again, this is also a design that's going to be coming out in a couple of weeks, but my sample is totally done, so I'm just going to go ahead and share it. But these are the Stitch Heart socks. So I believe I was trying to think, I think it was in 2021 when I released the Stitch Heart leg warmers, and they are leg warmers that have a heart colorwork knit pattern on them. And so this is kind of the sock version. So I just have one row of the little hearts on the leg here, contrast heels, toes, and cuffs, and then like a solid gray foot. I love how these turned out. I think they turned out so cute. Really excited to release the pattern. Once again, it's going to be written in a specific way for a specific amount of rows and everything, but you can totally repeat the colorwork chart however many times you want, if you want like more rows of hearts or if you want them continued down the foot. I really like just the simplicity of one row. It's also honestly easier to knit that way because it is ferrule on a sock, and so it's not like the most beginner friendly project. But I will say this colorwork pattern is simple in the fact that you don't have to worry about carrying floats or anything like that because none of the floats are long. So anyways, I love these. I think they turned out so cute. The yarn that I used, I don't remember the name of it, and I'm trying to see if I can find it. Oh, here it is. Behind the chair, Hobbii Rainbow 4-ply sock wool. I did not use this color, obviously, but this is the yarn that I used at least. It's just a basic fingering weight wool yarn. 75% wool, 25% polyamide. So standard 75-25 blend, perfect for socks. And I just love how they turned out. So stay tuned for that pattern. It will be launching in just a couple weeks. Alrighty, that is it for FOs. I have a couple of whips to share that aren't designs, and then I have a couple designs that I'd love to talk about. So let's just go ahead and move right along. Okay, I am currently working on two projects that are not designs. The first is completely busting out of its project bag here, but that's okay. I am so close to finishing this. So this sweater I have been working on for quite a while, since December, but it's obviously not something I've been focusing on. Let me actually talk about the yarn first because I have it right here. I'm using Cascade Yarns Pacific Chunky. This is the color number 30. It's just a really nice kind of beigey brown color. And I am making a top-down raglan pullover style sweater. So I have the body completely done. Here's what it looks like. I did a folded brim for the collar, which I just love the look of. And I am working on sleeve number 1. So I'm getting there. I finally finished the body last night, or the night before last. Is that right? what is today? I think it was the night before last. Anyways, and I picked up for the first sleeve, and now I am just working away on it. I will say, I think I'm going to have to redo the cast off edge. I did a stretchy cast off, and I don't think I should have done that because it is definitely folding up like this. So I think I will be undoing that and just doing a standard knit bind off so that it doesn't flip up. So that's a little bit frustrating. I wasn't sure which way to go in terms of the bind off for this sweater. It's kind of why top down sweaters are a little bit frustrating, because I just haven't found like a cast off that I really love for the hems of sweaters. I can't find something that doesn't flip up that I like the look of. So anyway, I'll be redoing that, I think. But besides that, it's going so well. I'm so close to being done. I really wanted to finish it this weekend, really, so that I could wear it to church tomorrow, because it's going to be cold enough to do so. For sure, it's going to be a chilly week here. But I don't really think that's going to happen. We'll see. I mean, I might can. These sleeves are going to be pretty quick. We'll see. Maybe I'll still be able to do it. But I should have a decent minute of knitting time later today, so we'll see. But anyways, really loving this project. I'm so close to finishing it, which is very, very exciting. I'm hoping that it's just a pullover that I can wear like a sweatshirt with leggings or jeans, or, you know, dress it up or dress it down. That's really what I'm going for with this project. So I hope that all of that pans out, and hopefully it will be a finished object next time I film a podcast. That is definitely the goal, because I'm so close. I'm so close. I'm excited to have it off the needles. Alrighty, so that is whip number 1. And then the second thing that I'm working on, I am so proud of myself. One of my goals for this year, I don't have like a whole bunch of goals listed off. I don't really do that. I kind of have a few things that I would like to change or do better each month, but, or each year, I guess I should say. But I definitely always want to be improving and becoming more like Jesus every single day. And so resolutions aren't something that I really focus on. But anyway, that is a completely different tangent. All of that to say, one thing that I am trying to be better at is gift knitting. I love it so much. I love making things for other people. It's the best way that I know how to show my love for somebody, is to make them something, whether that's, you know, baking or cooking, or doing some sort of work for them, or knitting or crocheting them something. So I love it so much, but I am the worst at putting it off and then finishing it just in time. Not a good personality trait of mine. I really love to plan ahead too, so I just don't understand why I do that to myself. And I'm also in the middle of a row, so I'm going to finish this while I chat real quick. But one of my goals this year is to not do that. I want to have gifts planned out ahead of time, so that I can take my time with them and not rush through them, and then gift them or have them ready to gift in advance. So these socks are for my brother's birthday in March. It is currently the end of January. His birthday is March 3rd. So I have really like a solid month and a week to finish these, which is way, 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 way more time than I need. But I also know that in the back of my mind. So will I put these off until like a week before his birthday? The likelihood is high, but I'm making it my goal not to. And this is going to be like my sock project for the next little while until they're done. I already have the cuff done, so that is a great start. I am using Knit Picks Felici. This is the colorway Bookshop. I love these colors so much. I like it even more knit up than I thought it was going to. Like, I just think this is such a fun palette. I'm thinking I'm only going to use one ball for his socks, especially if I do contrast heels, which is what I'm leaning towards. I'm wishing I had some black, actually, because that would be pretty perfect for this. That's kind of a bummer. But anyways, I think I have 2 skeins of this yarn though, so I'm kind of selfishly hoping that I have enough to make either me or my mom or somebody a pair of socks with this same yarn, because we would all love these colors. We also love books in this house, so pretty perfect colorway. But anyway, I'm just doing some vanilla socks for him. I have the cuff done, and then I'm slowly working on the leg. I just have a few rows done. But yeah, so they're going along very smoothly. I'm hoping I can stick to these and finish them soon. But we'll see. I'm trying to aim for like 1 pair of socks on the needles at a time. These are my absolute favorite sock needles, and I only have one pair of them, so that's kind of a good way to do that. Really want to buy some more, but I haven't done that because, you know, I really don't want to have 5 different pairs of socks on the needles at a time, because that just would not be super wise for me. But anyways, loving these, hoping to work on them diligently and get them done well in advance for his birthday. That is the goal. He will be 19. We're all growing up. It makes me so sad. I can't believe how old we all are. I'm the oldest of 4 if you're new here, and I'm 20. My brother's 19, and then I have another brother who is 16, and my little sister, who is so not little, is 13, almost 14. Crazy. Time just flies. But anyways, okay, that is all for works in progress. I do have 2 designs that I am currently working on. Is that right? Yes, 2 designs. So let's go ahead and chat about those. Okay, both of these designs are garments, which is super exciting. So this one is a cardigan, and I am just about done with the body, but it's also in pieces, so I have to seam it. So it's a little bit hard to show. I also have not woven in the ends because I just finished these pieces yesterday. But here is the back panel. So this is going to be a color blocked granny stripe cardigan. So it's going to be like a little bit drop shoulder, kind of long is what I'm going for. And then the sleeves are going to be just one color. So I'm holding this yarn. Let me actually mention this yarn first. So I am using Hobie Friends Wheel. This is 55% cotton, 45% acrylic. It's a number 2 weight yarn, and I am holding it double. So for the body, I held 1 strand of this gray color with 1 like color strand. So I did a light purple, and then this like kind of peachy tan color, and then a really light green. So I did those 3 colors for the body, and then for the sleeves, I'm just going to be holding 2 strands of the gray together. So that is the plan. And right now I have just the body pieces done. So I have the back panel, and then the first front panel, and then the second one I just finished yesterday. So now I just have to seam this and add sleeves and a border. That is the plan. It's going so great. I'm really excited about this design. It's going to be coming out, I think in March. Excuse me, I think in March is my plan right now. So we will see how that goes. It is for a campaign with Hobie, which is very exciting. So definitely stay tuned to Instagram for updates along it, or like kind of as I go, I guess. But yeah, so that is the first design that I'm working on right now. Pattern writing is going so great. It's almost done. I'm just working on finishing the sample, and then like, you know, editing anything that I decide to change within the pattern after my sample is done. But man, I folded that so nicely, and then I just dumped it out. Good grief. Okay. Anyway, very squishy, and I love the colors so much. Kind of like subtly spring, which is definitely what I like in terms of a spring color palette. Not really like, I don't love crazy pops of crazy pops of color. But these like kind of neutral-ish pastel colors, I absolutely love. So very excited about that design. And then the next design that I'm working on is also a garment, and I have just barely started this. I'm trying to finish that raglan sweater before I really go to town on this project, but this is a pullover that uses the same stitch pattern as my, like the only line of patterns that I have that's a word that's hard to say. It is a Latin word, and so it's pronounced a few different ways. I've pronounced it Caelum, Chalum. There's multiple ways to say it. The word is C-A-E-L-U-M. It means sky or heaven in Latin. And so the stitch pattern is very reminiscent of that. And I have a bulky hat pattern using that stitch pattern, and then also a beanie and messy bun beanie. But this is going to be the pullover version of that pattern, or stitch pattern, if you will. And like I said, I have just barely started this. I like literally just finished the bottom ribbing, so you're really not going to be able to get a good idea of what this looks like. But it's going great nonetheless. I absolutely love it so far. I think this is such a beautiful color. I'm using, once again, Hobie Amigo Chunky, in the colorway number 13. So just a very, very light bluish gray. Or I guess like a misty blue would be a good way to say that. And I love it. So once again, I'm hoping that this is something super cozy to wear over leggings. That is what I live in this time of year. But then also jeans to dress it up or down. But yeah, absolutely love this. I'm hoping to have a lot more progress to share on it next week. Again, I'm hoping to finish that sweater and then go to town on this one. That is the plan. So anyways, that is it for all of the knit and crochet content for this episode. Like I said, lots and lots of things I'm working on right now. I have a couple of designs that I'm not sharing because either they are super close to done and the pattern will be releasing soon, or they're just getting started and there's no point in showing. But very excited about everything that I'm working on, and excited to see what this year continues to hold design wise. I'm super excited for some plans that I have in mind. Okay, so like I said, that's it for the knit and crochet content. I do have a devotional that I would love to share with you guys, so I hope that you choose to stick around for that. Okay, so I actually have a few things that I wanted to talk about for the devotional segment of this episode. First off, last week I published the video talking all about my 1 year chronological Bible reading journey and thoughts and advice and what I'm doing this year. Thank you so much for the wonderful response to that video. It was not exactly what I expected. I got more requests for it than I ever anticipated, and then when I launched it, it was just so exciting. It was so cool to see God working through that video. I had people like in my own personal life that I know in reality outside of the virtual world who watched the video and enjoy it, which is kind of nerve-wracking, honestly. To me, it is not the same to have somebody I know watching one of my videos than people I haven't met in real life. I don't know. It's just like it's a head thing, I guess. But anyways, I had people reach out that I know personally who were encouraged by it and enjoy the video, but then also so many comments on that video and messages elsewhere on other social media platforms and emails of people telling me that they were either purchasing the chronological Bible or were going to do the plan or starting it, which is just crazy to be able to be an encouragement for all of you in the ways that God is working in my own heart, and then being confident in sharing those with other people is just so exciting and so rewarding, and I'm so grateful to give him all of the glory, and just to be able to see him working through this little channel here on YouTube. I loved creating that video. I am so excited to create more like it. I'm kind of brainstorming a few ideas, so I don't know. I'm excited for what that could hold. I'm excited to kind of bring more of that side of my life into the channel. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what that what God has in store in the future, I guess is the best way to put it. But just thank you for the wonderful response and encouragement as I shared that video that I hadn't done anything like it before. So for devotional today, there's two things I wanted to talk about. The first is a book that I recently finished. My boyfriend actually lent me this book. It's called Mission Possible by Tim Tebow. I have so much respect for Tim Tebow. I think he is a great, just a really amazing person to look up to. He is a famous athlete, but really strives to give God all the glory in everything that he sets out to do, and the light of Jesus shines so bright in him and his wife and their ministry and what they do. I've watched a few podcasts where he's spoken, but I hadn't read this book, and it was so good. I highly recommend it. I will link it down below if you'd like to check it out for yourself, but it's just really impactful. I was encouraged by so many things. But it talks a lot about, living a mission possible life, meaning a life that is fueled by the purpose of making God, knowing God and making him known, letting that be the root of everything that you strive to do, and then bring him the glory through it. And I think that is the biggest mission we can try to fulfill here in our lives on earth, and there are so many things that God wants to do in us and through us, and all because of his son. But in order to do those things, we have to be faithful in the small things and strive to just know him on a deep and intimate level, so that we can make him known to all those around us. And so I was really encouraged by this book. I have like a lot of thoughts on it. I opened up a Google Doc on my phone and just like kind of started typing just to get thoughts out there. But I don't know, it is really hard to compile thoughts. I'm realizing, like, I have so many things, you know, I want to say, I want to put out there, and it's hard to do it eloquently. Very hard. I have a lot of respect for authors, I think, because I would feel like I would love to write a book or a devotional book or something one day, but it is no easy feat. Not that it should be, but that it is hard to just stay concise on one topic. But anyway, complete other thought for another day. But highly recommend this book if you are itching to read it. Another book that I finished recently, since the last podcast, I think, is called You Have a Brain by Ben Carson. Also amazing book. I will say that, like, that book is a little more geared towards younger people than I would say that Tim Tebow's book is, but I don't know, both are very, very good, so I highly recommend both. But anyways, and then the second thing that I wanted to talk about, I am in the process of memorizing the book of James right now, which is kind of a wild feat, but I am so excited about it and so passionate about it. I have memorized things in the past. It's something that I enjoy working hard at and then accomplishing. But I have never done something as long as the 5 chapters in the book of James. It is definitely, it's a little bit daunting, but at the same time, it's already been so good. I actually do plan on kind of having a whole separate video on this later down the road, hopefully when I have actually successfully memorized the book. That is the plan. But I will link the video down below that kind of encouraged me to try it if you want to give that a listen. But the technique that I'm using is writing down the first letter of every word and every verse, and then kind of using that as I say it. And so far I have through verse 18 memorized. So James 1 verses 1 through 18 is what I have memorized right now, and I've been working on it for a couple of weeks now. I think about a week and a half. So making slow and steady progress. But one thing that I wanted to talk about today was just verse 2 of James 1, and it says, "Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds." And then going on into verse 3, "because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance." I love that verse. I think there is so much truth to that verse. It is so hard to maintain a joyful heart in the midst of going through a trial or a hard situation. Definitely not something that I succeed in often. Let's just leave it at that. It is very difficult. But at the same time, I think there is such a beauty in realizing that there is purpose even in trials and hardships that we're faced. We are promised them as believers, as Christians, as people on earth. We will go through hard things, but that doesn't end just because we have a relationship with the Father. But I think the biggest thing that we have to keep in mind is that whenever we're going through something that's difficult as a believer, it's not meant to discourage us. It's meant to rely on Christ for strength and to remind ourselves to be fully dependent on Him and to learn and grow through that season. It's a chance for Him to continue working in us so that, as the next verse says, we may be mature and complete, not lacking anything. He is so good and He is so faithful even when we aren't. And if we hold on to that verse, hold on to the fact that like this verse, consider it pure joy when we face these things. And then one of my absolute favorite verses, Romans 8:28, it says He works all things for the good of those who love Him. If we hold on to those two truths, let perseverance finish its work in us, and then knowing that everything is being worked for our good, then we know that there is purpose in it. There's a song, I believe it's called, I hope I'm not wrong. I think it's called Good Pain by Ryan Ellis. I believe that's right. I will link it down below in the description box if you want to listen to it. I feel like it kind of holds the truths of those verses very well, but in it he's kind of saying, thank God for the good pain. Thank God for the things that I went through that were difficult and challenging, but that led me to become closer to Jesus and a stronger believer and have a stronger foundation fixed on perseverance and faith instead of the fallen things of the world. And so I just wanted to encourage you with that this week. I have found a lot of hope in that lately, and knowing that, you know, even though we might be going through some things that are hard here in this earth, there's still so much good, and we still are called to be dependent on Christ for strength and hope, knowing that he is truly working all things for our good and knows what's best for us, even if we think we know it. We're called to sacrifice it all to live a life worthy of him, and there is so much beauty and so much humility in that. And yeah, so I hope that was encouraging for you. In terms of a little bit of a life update, that has been a huge thing. Striving to memorize James has been something that I've worked on a lot lately, as well as obviously so many designs and business things behind the scenes. Job is going great. If you are new here, I am a nanny for a sweet family near me, and it is just the best job. I love it so much. I'm treasuring every single day in this season, and so it's been busy within that as well. And yeah, that's about it. It's been a good start to the year. I'm excited to see what the next few months hold. I am currently in the process of just continuing to pray and seek wisdom for going back to college in the fall. It's a huge decision, and one that has been very heavy on my heart for the past few months now, but it's leading towards good things. I think I had some scholarship deadlines come and go over the past couple weeks, and then more in the next couple of weeks. So hopefully answers will be in my hands soon. So yeah, that's been something that I've thought a lot about as well lately. My church family was also going through 21 days of prayer and fasting over the past 21 days. It's day 20 right now, so it's almost over. By the time this podcast is out, it will be over. And so I just use that time to really intimately and effectively seek and find him, spend time in his word, start new habits that would just get me on the right track for this year and all that it's going to hold. And I'm so grateful for just how he revealed himself during that season, and how I grew, and how I will continue to grow past it. The biggest thing that I kind of cut back during that season was social media, and just being very careful in how I was using it, and how much I would get on twice a day to kind of respond to comments and messages and things like that, kind of upholding what I had, community wise, but not spending like excess time on it. And that was just so rewarding, in a sense that it led me to be so much more intentional with my time. And I watched so many sermons, grew in so many ways. And so I'm excited to continue to do that, even past those 21 short days. But thank you so much for watching this episode. I hope that it was an encouragement and an inspiration. If you are looking for something to make, I hope that you found something that brought you that inspiration. If you needed some kind words, I hope that you received that encouragement. I would love to hear what you are working on in the comments below, or as always, send an email to thegracefultangle@gmail.com. All of my contact information, links, social media platforms, pattern shops, all of those things are down below, so be sure to check that out. And then don't forget to hit that subscribe button and notification bell so that you don't miss out on any future videos. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, happy making. Bye.